What's going down, people? How you doing? TK coming at you. I just want to talk to you guys about the concept of gold liquidity and security, because all of these people with no fucking financial literacy whatsoever spit out something somebody else told them, you know, because in the true man psychological control that comes from religion, people just regurgitate something some other man told them. You know, picking up a book and reading and educating and coming to your own critical thoughts and conclusions is something that is hard to find, more like common sense in the 21st century. But America went away from the gold standard because of the fact that it removed responsibility and ownership that came with having a vault. The gold standard said basically that whatever's in my vault will back up whatever paper issuance you have in your hand. So the big idea came in 1961 to say, let's remove the responsibility of gold from paper and let's let paper float on its own, which means that from that point forward, you had a blank check that you can basically just print money out of thin air with no accountability or responsibility. So the same greedy fucks and assholes that are in charge, that love no accountability and responsibility, are the reason why we will never go back to a gold standard. Because then you would have to have some sort of ledger that evaluates gold to the paper that's in people's hands. That's not going to happen. The gold vault dwindled. And then it dwindled to the point where if we remove the fucking accountability, we could just get rid of all of the gold. And that's exactly what happened. Fort Knox has been empty and there's nothing there. So our reserves are zero. Not to mention Fort Knox moved to New York and New Jersey long before they emptied the vaults. So the coffers are empty, the emperor has no clothes, and the people are too fucking stupid to realize that that's the case. So the problem with gold has always been security, liquidity, and also portability. Because of the fact that you can't take a heavy metal and lug it around and then get change for a smaller purchase in that same amount of metal. Now, there's one company that's trying to solve that problem that offers gold in small bullion terms of grams. But the problem still lies in trusting a third party. Because how that system works is you have to trust that they have your gold in a vault, and then they do basic database accounting, SQL accounting, in relation to the gold credit card that you have. And then one day, if you say, hey, I want my gold, you have to trust the fact that the gold is still in the vault. So third-party accounting or third-party trust is still a liability when it comes to gold. So in 2009, a new proposition was brought forth, and it basically said that we can eliminate the middleman, eliminate the third-party counter risk if we simply do peer-to-peer transactions without some other agency in between us and the vault, i.e. cryptocurrency, i.e. Bitcoin. So in Bitcoin, you now have the same accounting ledger through consensus within the entire organization or participation, and you have what's in your wallet directly being able to transmit to somebody else's wallet. So you eliminated the double spend problem, you canceled the third-party risk liability, and you centralized, or no, I should say you decentralized the distribution, and that in itself created a digital asset that's much like gold because it's scarce with 21 million coins, and it's fungible, it's portable, it's lower security risks. So that's the concept that gold bugs can't fucking understand. Now, gold for 5,000, 6,000 years have always been a store of value or a store of wealth. And any place in the world accepts gold as money so that you can get a loan against gold at a bank, get liquidity, pay the loan back, and then get your gold back. So having gold and having silver is still a means to store wealth. But it will never be a fungible exchange medium where everyone feels comfortable about going to the store with a loaf of bread and a gram of gold and getting change back for that gram because the bread doesn't cost $65. It only costs $2.99. So even though there are fractional grams that's being issued by a certain company, the concept of exchanging gold for goods and services has died within the economy. The average person is too fucking stupid to understand the concept of exchanging gold for goods and services. I used to teach a gold class when I first got involved with that said company, and the main thing that people would argue in the class is, what do I do with the gold when I get it? Well, what the fuck do you do with paper money when you get it? It works the same fucking way. It's a store of value that you can exchange for goods and services. The issue is, when it comes to gold and silver, you have to beg somebody to fucking take it, because their mental capacity to understand assets is diminished to the point where they don't grasp the concept of, this is a store of value. I can accept it for paper money and then keep it in exchange for whatever it is that you're trying to fucking buy. So legacy wealth has used gold the same way people use land. Why would you buy land? Because it's a fucking asset that you can always liquidate for cash or rent out for a residual income. So think about gold in the same manner, where you use it as a store of wealth, a store of value, and you lean against it when you need liquidity. So in the 21st century, the reason for precious metals like gold and silver would be to transfer your assets into a tangible item equivalent to land. But it will never be a fucking everyday medium used to exchange for some soda at the store or a bag of chips at the grocery store. On the other hand, you can take Bitcoin, put it on a Bitcoin debit card, and swipe it at the grocery store and buy a bag of chips or a loaf of bread, and have a fraction of a Bitcoin come out of your account and nobody be the wiser, because as far as they're concerned, they got paid in cash. Open your mind, open a book, turn off the fucking television, and get some financial literacy. Get to the point where you understand the fundamentals behind our economic system. Realize supply and demand nature of Bitcoin means freedom in you owning your own assets, distributing your own wealth, and freedom to choose which items you put or don't put. But the accumulation of wealth is seen in every individual Bitcoin wallet, because as Bitcoin goes up in value, so does the value of your wallet, unlike your fucking bank account. Your bank account earns less than 1 fucking %. And you see pennies on the dollar if you keep your money in a savings account. I made $130 in 2 years on a CD off of $5,000, where in Bitcoin, I see my wallet jump $130 in one fucking day. So that's the purchasing power that I'm referring to when it comes to decentralized assets like Bitcoin, where any valuations are instantly seen in your wallet. You see them when they happen because there's no bank in between you and your wallet. It's just you and your fucking wallet.